beg your pardon?
Is there anything I can help you with?
Do you work with the Afro-American newspaper? I beg your pardon?
I say, yes, I do. I'm changing the boxes.
Perfect. Are you a reporter?
No, I'm not. I remember you. Did you ever send that information to the DC editor?
Uh, I'm here to speak with the editor, actually. I was hoping to speak with
Did
her.
you make an appointment with her? I
Well,
remember when I talked to you, I gave you her information.
well, yes,
Remember?
that's what I'm here for. I'm actually here to speak with her. It's a,
Did she set up an appointment with you? That's what I'm saying.
well, I'm here to
She's
speak.
not.
I'm here to speak with any journalist in particular because my situation is very difficult.
You don't understand
No, no, I
the
understand.
process.
Well, no, no, I understand very much. I understand very well the process. The process in this country is that there is a massive blackmail incarceration going on, and I am part of that process where there is a great number of young black males who are being incarcerated and who are not getting published, and that's no process. That's the reality,
Okay.
and.
And I probably can agree with you. But what I'm saying, the process that in order to speak with the editor at the Afro-American newspapers, when I gave you the information, you were supposed to send over everything that you had to her and then follow up and at least call her to set up an appointment. It doesn't mean that she won't sit down and talk to you, but you have to set up an appointment with her. If you haven't done it, because see, right now she's not in the office.
Well, who's here? Because I'm also here to ask questions about to journalists because I am now very much limited in my access of information, and
Okay.
I'm here to ask them questions as well.
Okay, well, see, you cannot ask the journalist questions without first getting to the editor because she receives all the information. There's not a specific journalist that you just give information to or you just ask questions to. You actually have to go through her first. That's why when I first gave you the information to get in contact with her, that's something you didn't do.
Well, I didn't do it, but because then I was like not really in the courts, but now I am in the courts, and the situation is somewhat different than when we talked at that point. At that point, there was what you call, well, yes, there is a criminal background.
Okay.
That I now have criminal background, but
Okay.
I wasn't in the court system. But now I'm in the court system,
Okay.
and so like things have changed somewhat.
Okay. Well,
Well, the
even
issue.
though your situation hasn't, okay, your situation has changed because now they've given you a background for whatever reason.
No, but now and the last time we spoke, I was not in the court system, but now I'm definitely in the court system here in the
Okay.
U.S.
Okay. Even though your situation may have changed, the situation and the process here to speak with her hasn't. She's actually not even in the office right now. That's why it's important for you to call to at least try to make an appointment with her so she could at least be here for you to speak to her.
So she could be here.
She's not in the office right now.
And is there no one here?
There are no reporters here that you can actually speak to. You speak, okay, you're not understanding me. You don't understand. In order to speak to her or even a reporter, you have to speak to one person. And that's the person who is not here. When I first talked to you, I gave you that one person's information. You didn't follow up with her. So now when you come back,
Well, yes, I didn't follow up because the
okay.
situation was somewhat different, and now it's
But
changed.
sir, that's not my fault. The process is still the same here. You still have to contact her first. If you just come to the office, she may not be here. She may not be available. They get the paper out once a week. So if you can set a specific time so she can speak to you, that works for her and it's easy for you. So you won't have to keep coming back and trying to see if she's here, if she is available, if someone's here. If you just speak to her and set up a time, that way you don't have to keep coming and, she can be out. That way she can sit down and talk to you.
Well, can you give me her contact information?
Sure. Again. And if you want to call here sometime this afternoon, if you can, and just say, hey, is she in? Can I set up an appointment with her? Then that's perfectly fine. Or at least you can at least be able to talk to her.
So, what do you think? Have you guys previously reported on Ferguson?
Of course.
Have you?
Yes.
What do you think
Ferguson was last year.
was last year,
Yeah,
right?
last year beginning of this year, sure.
But what do you think, though,
What do you mean? What do I think?
about the events that have happened there?
Of course, I believe that they're unfortunate and they're unfair, and I think that there's a particular. This is just me, my personal opinion. This is not the opinion of the newspaper, but my personal opinion. Um, of course, it's unfair and it's unfortunate, and I think that blacks are targeted to some degree and stereotyped. What we can do about it, I think there are a lot of things that we can do. Um, we can we can start to boycott other things like actions and protests. I think they help somewhat, but I think if we can do something to hurt the economy that will still benefit us, that will work. Because what happens is that we treat it unfairly, but we still go out and we buy goods, we go to the store, we buy shoes, hair, all type of stuff. If we can stop and put it in our community and so it can benefit us, it will hurt all the other economies and but boost us so that we have some type of foundation. Okay? So, and that's who you need to speak to, and she actually has someone with her. So you need to, when you can, a little bit later today, if you can give her a call or call the office, then we can try to set up something.
What time?
I say give her a call sometime this afternoon, about 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Call the
I'll
office
be
at 2.
I'll be around this area.
No, 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 no. You need to call. Do not, because she might not be available. Call first, please. This is like the third time.
No,
Call
it's
her
actually my
first.
second time here.
I know this, but this is probably the third time I'm letting you know. You need to call first. Call first.
What do you think of reports which have been published now about foreigners' cell phones?
What do I think? What?
Well, there have been several reports that have been published in several newspapers saying that foreigners' cell phones are being bugged.
I'm sure. I'm sure that there are a lot of people's cell phones that are bugged, not just black people. I think everybody's cell phone is pretty much bugged. I don't think that there's a such thing as privacy. Really, we think we have privacy and private moments, and our bank accounts are secure, but no,
You
no.
think so? Pretty much everybody's in confirmed like that everybody's cell phone is bugged.
I mean, I'm not confirming it, but I don't think that we have any privacy. No. I think at some point, because there's actually been a report on either the news or the TV. It's like if you're in conversation and you say certain words are triggers or red flags that will automatically be recorded. So because you can be a possible terrorist or whatever. So
And what do you think of the terrorists actually? Like,
what do I think? I mean,
I think
anybody could be a
I mean,
terrorist.
like there was that Boston shoot. There was that Boston
Okay.
bombing, and
Okay.
everybody was expecting the person who to be like someone who was of Islam and was, you know, probably ethnic. But
But
it turned out to be someone who was white, and there was.
well, he technically was not white. He was foreign.
Well,
He
yeah.
wasn't. He wasn't white. But
Okay, well here, let's get out of here.
I think also in people's opinions, you have to be careful because especially the media, we don't know. We only know what they show us. So we never have the full story. So
Right.
stuff in
Yes.
Ferguson, stuff about the bombing, we think that it was those two. It could have been 5 of them, and it could have been white. We don't know. They could have been black, and it could have been 3 of them. We don't know. But what the media chooses to portray to us, we believe. We never have post stories, so I don't know.
And do you have people here who write articles about U.S. law, for example? Because I think that's what I am mostly like. I am very much interested in the government, and
Well, what?
I'm also interested about U.S. law and the Constitution, and that's really my area of interest, and that's what I like writing about, and like.
Okay, so let me understand. You're actually calling. You're not calling because of your situation.
Well, I'm calling because of my situation because uh, I believe that we should really have an honest discussion about police practices and race in this country, and especially in the way like
Well,
immigrants have been targeted, and I think that's something we should definitely talk about.
okay, so what you're saying is that you think immigrants that come into this country are targeted,
Yes,
not black people,
well,
not African Americans, but you're talking
well,
specifically on.
immigrants can be black.
Of course, immigrants could be white too. Immigrants could be Polish, could be Greek.
Well, yes, I consider myself to be a black immigrant, for
Okay,
example. Yes.
understand. But right, but what you're saying is that black immigrants are being targeted, not.
Yes, and
Okay.
I think so. And I also think that they are law abiding. And I think we should have a talk about race, and I think we should definitely have a talk about the law as well. I think uh, we should talk about both.
Okay, well, you have her information. She should be able. Please call. Please call. Please. The number is on the back, and the number is on the front as well. She's at extension 119, and that way she can ask you questions and she can set up an appointment with you for you to come in if she has time.
And there's no other reporters here?
You cannot speak to another reporter. You have to speak to that young lady.
Katrina Antoine.
Yes.
And may I ask another question?
Sure.
How do journalists pick stories which will get published?
Well, the journalists don't pick the stories. The editor picks the stories.
She picks the
Yes, she
stories.
does. And there are two versions of this paper. There's a Washington edition and a Baltimore edition. So there are a couple of people that come together to see what's story or what's newsworthy, and they choose that way. The journalists do not choose. She chooses.
Okay. I'll send her an email. I'll get in touch with her.
Okay, please do.
Okay, I
Okay.
definitely need to speak with her.
Okay.